morning, St. Joseph Angels. It is January, and it is time for a new virtue of the month. And our virtue of the month for January is going to be the word peace. And so behind me, I have our poster that you all helped me make last year. So we're just going to review a little bit what we learned about the word peace last year. First of all, what does peace mean? It means to find a calmness and a quietness, to be calm and quiet in two places, both within ourselves, within our own heart, and then also in our relationship with other people. So to be calm and quiet with ourselves and with others. And we talked some last year about how do we make that happen. We had several things listed here, so let's look at those. First of all, we talked about respectful communication. That means that when we talk and communicate with other people, we have to use respectful words, the words that we choose. We have to use a respectful tone of voice. So we wouldn't want to be harsh in our tone, or we wouldn't we would want to use a respectful tone. Also, it's the volume that we're communicating with. Are we using it too loud of a voice? You know, when you're around someone that's talking so loud all the time, it kind of makes you feel out of sync. So we want to use a calm, quiet voice, respectful voice when we're talking with other people. Sometimes we have conflict with another person, or we disagree. That word conflict would be like a disagreement. And we have to learn to talk peacefully when we disagree with someone, not fighting, not yelling, but just talking through it so that we can both be heard and work out our differences that way. And like all virtues, we learned that all virtues have to be practiced, and then they become a habit. And once they become a habit, then we can say that we're living virtuously. So we want peace, living peacefully, to be a habit of ours. We can only do that if we practice. So we talked about one of the best ways to practice is just spend a little bit of time, maybe even starting with 10 minutes each day, being quiet. Being quiet. That means you might be praying quietly. You might be reading something quietly. You might be thinking about something quietly, not talking, just thinking. Or you might even just be sitting. Sometimes when we're just sitting and we're being so quiet and we're finding peace in our heart, that's when God talks to us the most. I like to be outside to do that, maybe taking a walk or just sitting on the grass or something, finding peace and quiet. So if you could just start by taking a little time each day to be quiet, peace will find you easier. Now, this year we've been talking each month about a saint that we know that might exhibit this virtue. Now, our saints exhibit a lot of virtues, so we just pick one each month. This month I picked Saint Teresa of Calcutta. Now, you may know her as Mother Teresa. That's what she was referred to before she was canonized. Now she's called Saint Teresa of Calcutta. She was canonized on September 4th of 2016. That's a really special for me because that's my birthday. So she was canonized on my birthday, although her feast day is September 5th each year. Mother Teresa of Calcutta founded the Missionaries of Charity in 1950. And they are a group of sisters that spend their time ministering to, caring for the very sick and the very poor. And actually they run orphanages, and actually she spent most of her time in Calcutta, India, which is one of the poorest places on earth that you could work. And she worked with the destitute there, the very sick and dying. In 1970, she was actually awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, which is the most distinguished award that you could be given. And she was given that just because of her work with the poor and her constant striving to find world peace. So very impressive. She talked a lot about how that peace has to start in your home. And so she said, if you want to find world peace, you need to go home and love your family. So this month, I'd like you to be thinking about Saint Teresa of Calcutta and what she did to promote peace, and what can you do to do the same. And so your homework is to take 10 minutes each day, and just like we talked about, to sit quietly, to pray, to think, to read, and let God speak to you. So have a peaceful January.